Hi, Grayson, Isley, and Atlas. I want to tell you a story about the Shire. Do you remember the trail we walked in up at the cabin? We walked down the road and over through the woods, and then came the big stream, the deep stream that was cut into the mountain, and we walked alongside of it, and it went down, and then it turned a little bit, and we crossed over the river to get to the other side, and we found that eating place and the little benches where we could sit. Well, I want to tell you a little story about the hobbits that used that meeting place to have a meeting and get together in the Shire. It was a Saturday night. All the little hobbits had already taken their baths and were clean and ready for church on Sunday. And the head of the Shire, an older man, had all the hobbit children come together so that they could have a marshmallow roast. So they came and they went to that place where the log seats were cut out, and they all sat around, all the children. The head elder gave each of the children a stick with a point on it, and they pierced the marshmallows and dipped them down into the fire, and they slowly roasted them until they turned golden brown. And then they pulled them out of the fire and blew on them. You have to blow on the marshmallow, right? You've done this before. Otherwise, it'll be too hot and it'll burn your mouth. So they blew on it and waved it a little bit in the cool night air, and then they in the mouth and ate the marshmallows. Boy, were they good. Well, as soon as they got done with that, the head elder had them all come together real close like, and he said, I want to tell you a story. And this is the story that he told the hobbit children. He told the story of the day when Grandfather Hobbit went up the mountain, and when he got up to the top of the mountain, he had an adventure. He started out with a little backpack, and in the backpack was a canteen and a candy bar and a bandana for when it got hot on the hike, and he took in his hand a walking stick. It was one of those really cool sticks where the head of it is bent over and then the stick goes down. It was made out of a beautiful hickory tree. So it was very hard wood and a nice sturdy staff, but light enough so it wouldn't be heavy to carry up on the hike. So the grandfather started off and went up, up, up the mountain, down and around. It went down into a little stream, and then he crossed over the stream and went back on the other side of the mountain, and pretty soon he got higher and higher, sort of like 2 summers ago when we were on the Dug Mountain and we climbed up to the very top, up where the lean-to is. He went up and up and up, and he came up onto the hill, and as he got up higher, he came to a clearing, and he could look out and see down at the lake, just like we can go on the top of the lean-to and look out and see Lake Whitaker and our cabin. So the grandfather went up, saw the lake, got back down, and then he followed another trail that went off to the right, and it said, to Old Indian Campsite. And he had never been on this trail before. So he walked a little bit on the trail and it went down, 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 and then up, and then it kind of bent around. And then suddenly the trail ended and he couldn't see where he was going. So he began to go through the tall grass and try and find his way. And he couldn't. He didn't know where he was. So he turned around and he went back and he started back on the trail to try and find his way back. And soon he figured out he was lost. He had gotten off the trail somehow and didn't know where he was. And as he realized that, he saw that the sun was beginning to go down in the sky. I love you, and we'll finish this story next time.